Hey guys, Gang of Love here, and today I've got a UU battle against Deceptitar. I'll link his channel in the description below, so definitely go check him out if you're interested in somebody that creates unique movesets and stuff like that. Is definitely worth a look. Today's team that I'm using is just a bunch of randoms I've chucked together. I've really wanted to use Pokemon like Duran and Nidoking, but I haven't really found a place in any of my UU teams so far, so I've pretty much, there's no strategy towards this team. It's pretty much two special attackers, two physical attackers, and a defensive core of Gligar and Porygon 2 that seems to work okay. Looking at his team, definitely pay close attention to Smeargle. I've never used the Smeargle. I actually think they're pretty shit Pokemon, but this is one of his original movesets, and after seeing this, I actually want to use a Smeargle. I want to try this thing out. Apart from that, Xatu is going to be a pain in the ass. Obviously, it's going to be hard to set up rocks with that thing. And his Kingdra, like I said, this is a random team I've put together. I didn't give it too much thought, and if that thing's able to get up a couple of Dragon Dances, I could be in all sorts of shit. So hopefully we can avoid that or stop it before it gets out of control. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this battle. Cheers. Okay, so I'm just going to lead off with Gligar, my little Sanchez there, and reason being is not to set up rocks, but to actually go for the U-turn, baiting his Xatu to come out to try and reflect the rocks back onto my side, and then I'll be able to get a free switch out into something that will threaten this thing. He leads off with his Victini, and I'm not worried about that. Unless it's packing Hidden Power Ice, it's not going to do anything. He U-turns, brings in the Xatu as I thought he might. That's perfect. Little Sanchez gets a little bit of damage off, and I'm able to bring out my Raikou here. Now, I know he's not going to want to lose this thing early on, so I'm going to take the time to set up a sub, thinking that there's not actually that much on his team that's able to wall this thing, so if I'm able to set up a sub, get up a couple of Carmines, even his own Raikou's not going to be able to do much to me, and a Hidden Power Ice should be able to take it out. So I get up the sub, and he makes a nice move to bring in his Raikou. Goes the extra sensory, and that's going to break my sub, but I'm going to be able to get up a Carmine. And I'm thinking he's going to either start Carmining up with me, or he's going to try and extra sensor me again, trying to break a sub if I'm going to set one up. So I'm just going to take the time to sub Carmine up again, but he actually goes the Volt Switch, and I got a little greedy early on. I probably should have subbed up again, hoping that if he was to try and take me on, I'd be able to keep my sub intact. But he brings out Victini as I go for a Carmine. I know these things are going to be scarfed, and I don't want to lose Raikou for nothing early on. So I'm going to go back to Sanchez, little Gligar, and take the V-Create, which I think is going to come next. So in comes little Sanchez, Victini V-Creates, Sanchez takes that very, very nicely. Doesn't do under health, and you know, what do you expect? Little Sanchez is an absolute gun. He's saved me that many times. And like I said, doesn't do under half health, so another V-Create's not going to be able to kill me. So he knows that. He's going to make the switch here as I go for the Roost to get back to full health. And I guess these first couple of turns, not much has really happened. We're just feeling each other out, seeing what's what and what we're up to, how we sort of play and all that sort of shit. So his Xatu's going to take the time to set up its first screen. It's a light screen, and now I know what type of Xatu this is. I'm going to U-turn, get switch advantage on this thing, and a little bit more damage, which is going to hold me in good stead if I if I'm not able to get a super effective move off on it. Lucky for me, he does stay in as I go out to Heracross, get the Stone Edge off, and that pain in the ass is gone. I get the Moxie Boost, which is very nice too, and now I'm free to set up Stealth Rocks without having to worry about them being bounced back over to me. Here, I know he's going to Spore me with his Smeargle, but I want to break his Sash. Go to the Stone Edge with Hera, and unfortunately he misses, so that sucks. He does go to Spore, puts me to sleep. Now I have to bring in Keelini, my Porygon 2, to you know, try and get some damage off on this thing, at least break its Sash before anything else happens. But he's actually got a dual status. He paralyzes me, and that kind of sucks. But I'm going to paralyze him. Unfortunately, switches out, but that's even better. I'm able to paralyze his Kingdra, so now the Dragon Dances that I was steering before doesn't seem too bad. His Kingdra's going to still Dragon Dance though, because most likely it's going to be Resto Chesto type, and that's going to be shit. Now, I must have the memory of a goldfish, because I forgot the light screen was up, and I was a little confused at the time why that did so little, but then I realised. So I'm going to go out to Zeusy here, knowing that even though he does have the light screen up, Thunderbolt's going to do a shitload, and I'm really just trying to waste some turns here, try to get some damage off on this thing now, just so I can revenge kill it later on. So I set up the sub, hoping that he gets greedy, goes another Dragon Dance, or gets fully paralyzed, but instead he goes Rest, and fuck me, because there's the Resto Chesto. He's got a couple of Dragon Dances up and he's free to start raping my team. Lucky for me, the light screen wears off there, so I'm able to get some decent damage off on this thing. I don't want to calm mind and be greedy like before. I learnt my lesson then. So in comes the T-Bolt. It's going to do a sizable chunk, but not enough. I wanted more. I fucking wanted more, because this thing's going to go on a rampage now. It's going to get another waterfall off, and that's going to be one dead Zeus. So unfortunately, Zeusy, or my Raikou, has been raped twice in his lifetime now. Once by Zeus and once by this Kingdra, so that's unfortunate. In comes Chiellini. I know he's going to be able to take a waterfall fairly easily, and I want to get the paralysis off on this thing, knowing that I need to slow it down and he won't want to rest again. Unfortunately, he does get the flinch on that waterfall that does less than 50% damage to me. It's unfortunate, but there's no guarantee I would have broke through paralysis. Knowing that another waterfall won't be able to kill me, he has to go for the outrage, and that's great because now he's locked into it. Durant, my steel little beast thing, hustler, he's able to take an outrage nicely, and I'm taking a bit of a risk here. I've got to go for the X-Scissor, pray it hits, and it does. That was a big risk because I've got the hustle ability. I lose some accuracy to gain boost in my physical attack. But Durant, hustler, you came through for me and I love you. Thank God for that. Otherwise, that Kingdra could have gone and run through the rest of my team and just fuck shit up completely. In comes his Victini, and I don't want Hustler to die yet because I still think he's got a place in my team. So I'm going to go out to Gligar. He predicts that very, very nicely. Goes for a U-turn and brings back in his Smeargle. Now, I know I can't be put to sleep because I've already got what's his name, Heracross asleep, so I'm just going to go for the Stealth Rocks. He missed his first Will-O-Wisp, hits me on the second turn, and that's the third status move this Smeargle has. I'm going to go the Earthquake on after getting burnt. It's alright, it breaks his sash, but here's the fourth move. It's got fucking Transform, and I think that's fucking pretty cool, if you ask me. And that's why I want to use this thing. I actually go for the U-turn on his Transform, which is great for me because it's going to give me switch advantage. It's going to work in my favour. I'm able to bring in Nidoking here, get off the Ice Beam, and unfortunately for him, it doesn't work out this time, but I still think that's a really, really cool set. It's really original, and I want to try it out. So kudos to you, man, for coming up with that. In comes his Victini though, after Nidoking just Ice Beam the fuck out of his Smeargle Gligar thingy. I don't want to stay in, and he knows it. He's going to U-turn off on my switch again. I bring in Heracross here, pretty much as Death Fighter, because I think I'm getting the feeling that he's useless to me here. That U-turn doesn't do much, obviously. He brings in Raikou. And I know the extra sensory is coming, but I don't have anything that I really want to take damage at this time. And since Hera is asleep, he's just going to have to wear it. So I'm sorry, Hera. Somehow you survived, though, and that's fucking fantastic. And here, I'm guessing he shits himself thinking I could wake up and Earthquake him. So he makes a really, really bad play here, unfortunately for him. It turns out to haunt him. I do get the sleep. I wake up the next turn on his Crobat switch, and I'm able to get the Stone Edge off, and unfortunately for him, I'm able to kill his Crobat, which is very lucky for me and very unfortunate for him. He should have just, you know, took the risk, tried to kill me or finish off my Heracross then, but it doesn't work out for him. Here, I finally cottoned on that he's going to U-turn again, and I'm positive I can live it. Unfortunately, he gets a crit. And, you know, Heracross, he probably should have died a few turns ago, so, you know, that's fair enough. Anyway, he's got to bring in his Raikou now, and knowing that Hera's able to survive a super effective extra sensory, I'm praying that Nidopimp's able to as well. He goes it, and obviously this thing's a bit more bulky than what I originally thought, because Nidopimp is able to survive an extra sensory as well, and this guy's just getting unlucky. Maybe it's the timid nature, and maybe he didn't put like 252 EVs in special attack, but it's you know, it's been to my advantage. I'm able to get a nerf power off, and that's going to fucking rape that thing. Now here, it's his last Pokemon, Victini. I'm thinking he's got to go the V-Create here, because it's the only thing that's going to be able to have any chance of taking down Gligar. So I'm going to save Nidoking, knowing that after a couple of V-Creates, his speed's going to be low, and that Scarf isn't going to help him, and Nidopimp's going to be able to come in and finish him off with a nerf power. However, he locks himself into Zen Headbutt. I go out to Hustler as pretty much his death fighter. Hustler's able to survive one. He probably would have killed him there with an X-Scissor, but unfortunately he gets the flinch. So Hustler, you do die, unfortunately, because you pretty much single-handedly saved my team from that Kingdra. In comes Sanchez. He's going to be able to take Zen Headbutts all day. Get on off an Earthquake, even though he's burnt. That will be enough to finish this Victini off. And that'll be the game. So, you know, it was a hard-fought battle, that's for sure. Halfway through it, I thought that I might be pretty fucked, actually. But, you know, I was able to come away with a win, which is fantastic. Guys, go check out this guy's channel. What's his name again? Deceptitar. Really good battler. I love his originality with some of his movesets. I mean, just look at that Smeargle. For me, that's the best Smeargle I've ever seen, because I'm sick of seeing Spore, Baton Pass fucking gayness. So definitely go check him out. And until next time, guys, thanks for watching, and have a good one. Cheers.